Have you been looking for a home and feeling like there's just nothing out there? Like every time you check, it's the same house you've already seen? Well, I've got some news that might change the way you're thinking about this spring. I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. So here's what just happened. According to Realtor.com, this past February was the best February for new listings in 4 years. Over 362,000 homes came on the market in just that 1 month. That's 10% more than January, and it's part of a trend that's been building since 2023. Let me walk you through the numbers because the pattern is really clear. In February of 2023, we had about 305,000 new listings. The next year, 2024, that jumped to about 339,000. Then in 2025, we crossed 353,000. And in 2026, we're at 362,000. That's almost 60,000 more homes hitting the market each February compared to just 3 years ago. Now, why does that matter to you if you're out there shopping for a home? It matters because more listings means more choices, and more choices means less of that frantic, I'll have to take whatever I can get feeling, so that many buyers have been dealing with for the past few years. Remember, when you see a house on Friday and by Saturday there were 12 offers, that world is shifting. And here's the thing people miss. This is February we're talking about. February. I know we're in just about the end of March, but we're talking about February. That's typically a slower month for real estate. If February is putting up numbers like this, what do you think the spring is going to look like? Historically, spring is when sellers really start making moves. So if the pipeline is already flowing this strong before the buying busy season, the next few months could bring even more options to the table. Now, maybe you're listening to this and you're still renting. And you're thinking, that's great, Ron, but I'm not sure buying makes sense for me right now. I hear that a lot. And you know what? Sometimes renting is the right move. But most of the time, people assume renting is cheaper without actually running the numbers. That's why I put together a rent versus own presentation. That does the math for you. Go to rsrlinks.com/RVO. That's rsrlinks.com/RVO. It lays out the real cost of renting compared to owning side by side, so you can make the decision that based on facts and not feelings. And if you're buying a home for the first time, this is actually a really good window for you. More inventory means less competition, and less competition means you have time to be thoughtful instead of reactive. But here's the thing. Most first-time buyers don't know what they don't know. The process can feel overwhelming when you're doing it for the first time. That's why I put together a resource specifically for you. rsrlinks.com/FTHB. That's rsrlinks.com/FTHB. It's a first-time home buyer guide that walks you through the entire process step by step, so you're not guessing your way through one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. And whether this is your first home or your fifth, you need to understand what's really happening in today's market before you make a move. I have a home buyer's guide that breaks it all down for you. Go to rsrlinks.com/HBG. That's rsrlinks.com/HBG. It covers what to look for, what to watch out for, and how to put yourself in the strongest position possible. Now, here's where I want you to think a little differently. A lot of people see inventory numbers climbing and say, great, I'll wait. More homes are coming. And I get that instinct, but waiting can cost you in ways you don't even expect. When inventory opens up, the best properties will go fast. The ones in the right neighborhoods with the right layout at the right price. Those don't sit around just because there are more listings overall. So the question isn't really, should I wait for more homes? The question is, am I ready to move when the right one shows up? And that's a big difference, because being ready means you've already done the homework. You know what you qualify for. You know what your monthly payments look like. And you know your strategy. And when that home pops up on a Tuesday afternoon, you're not scrambling to figure out your next step. You're making an offer with confidence. I had a family come to me recently. They'd been casually looking for about 6 months, scrolling online, going to a few open houses here and there, but they hadn't taken the time to get truly prepared. Then they found a home they loved. And by the time they got their paperwork together, it was gone. 2 days, that's all it took. They were frustrated, and it was avoidable. We sat down, got them set up properly, and within 3 weeks, they had found another home they liked just as much. But this time, They were ready. Their offer was clean. Their numbers were solid, and the seller picked them over 2 other buyers. That's the power of being a certified buyer. Yes, rsrlinks.com/certified buyer. If you want to be in that position this spring, here's what I'd like you to do. Again, go to rsrlinks.com/certified buyer. That's rsrlinks.com/certified buyer. It takes just a few minutes, and it puts you in a position where sellers take you seriously and you're not chasing homes from behind. The inventory is showing up. The question is whether you're going to be ready for it. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to the Real Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com.